We're looking now at Building 205 at Fort Worden State Park, Centrum's artist studio space at Fort Worden. This is a World War I vintage building. It's quite large. It has its original slate roof still on it. We're looking to upgrade this building to LEED Silver status, but we're really looking for a minimal treatment, the minimum that it takes to get to LEED Silver. The reason for this is that this building is a practical use space. We have artists working in all of the rooms in this building 24/7. And it's a room where they can get messy and get things on the floor. We're not looking for a high polish on this space, but we want it to be energy efficient and updated and modernized and comfortable. And honestly, we'd like this building to be in place for the next 50 to 100 years. So as we look at the exteriors here, we can see the general condition is okay. It's typical of the buildings at Fort Worden State Park. The front deck, as you'll see in a minute, needs to be replaced. There is no ADA compliance. We're wondering if a ramp could be put on this side of the building. However, that would require State Parks approval. All of the bidding and changes and modifications to this building will require approval from the State Historic Preservation Officer for Washington State Parks. This is the front deck. It's very aged and weathered. I'm not sure if the stairs are to code. They're quite steep. This was originally a bandmaster's quarters in World War I. As we look in through the very front door here, we see a central staircase going up to the second floor. A room to the left, which I didn't film for reasons that we have material in there that we didn't want to share. That central door in front of us, it goes down to the basement. We'll see that in a minute. To the right is this space. This is Corvidae Press. This is a volunteer printing press. They have two rooms here in the front, off the front porch. It's, as you can see, a very strong working space for volunteer printmakers. I think we have linoleum or marmoleum on the floors in here. Large windows, tin roof. The electrics are probably original to the building. You'll see at the end of the video a very large oil burning furnace, which we'd like to get rid of. But again, we're looking for minimal treatment on the interior of this building, other than the HVAC units, possibly insulation, windows, security, lighting, that kind of thing. So as we look around this space, again, a very large, actively used space for printmaking. We are happy with the rough and tumble conditions since there's a lot of use. We have children in this space as well as adults. As we look down the hall to the right of Corvidae Press, we see a long, narrow hallway. There's a public restroom here on the left, which is not upgraded and not modernized. So that would clearly need to be updated. Probably the plumbing needs to be upgraded and replaced. This is a furnace heated space, all three floors. The only thermostat at the moment is on the top floor. So there's a long, skinny hallway here. As we turn 180 degrees, there's the bathroom. This is a little studio we have in the back of the building where artists work on a day-to-day basis. And as we look around this space, you'll see there's two other additional rooms to the rear. If we go through this door, we'll see a back porch and some storage area. Again, exposed wood floors, simply painted wood on the floors. Very old windows, but large, important working windows. Again, here's the storage space off the back porch. We have a little storage behind that locked door. And this is simply like a mud room in the old days. We'll look in here. This goes off to the back and leads to the parking lot behind the building. These buildings were originally barracks for military in World War I, so they're fairly primitive and fairly simple, and that works well for the nonprofits at Fort Worden. As we begin to make our way up the stairs, we'll look at the second floor. So we have a large central staircase without ADA compliance, large old windows with weights and ropes, which is typical at the fort. By the way, this building does have lead paint and a slate roof. We have all the slate to replace on the roof, courtesy of Washington State Parks. All of it is already on site. There's a hatch to the attic. I've been up in that attic. It's pristine. There's a front studio here in which an artist was working, so I didn't film in there. That's one skinny little room. We have a little restroom here on the second floor, typical of a World War I facility. Radiated heat, old plumbing, all of it works. As we come through this landing and look to our right, there's a very large group residency space. This is a premium space for Centrum. Again, we're not looking to make this fully modern. We like the look and feel of this space. We have artists that work in this space all year round. There was a sink right there, which we've disconnected the plumbing to because it was leaking. But again, a very practical workspace. We have a small sink here to the right, you'll see there. So there's some plumbing on the second floor. That was the thermostat on that light pole that we just passed. And as we turn and back out of this space, the second floor landing here goes to a fire escape, which we'll see in a minute. It would be nice to probably refinish the floors, I suppose, and patch the ceiling. There's been some water leaks and things in this building. The heating systems of central interest, insulation, repair and maintenance of all the windows. Whatever it takes to get to LEED Silver status, which is required based on the public funding we already secured for this space. As we begin to proceed down to the basement, this is largely today mainly a storage area for Centrum. There's lots of opportunity down here, in my opinion. It's really an unused space. As we come down the staircase here, we're under the central landing. There's a small landing area here. There's a much larger space through this door, which we'll look at in a few minutes. I'm going to turn around here and we'll go look at the space which is on the northwest corner of the building through this door here. This used to be the central restroom facilities for the band, the World War I military band. So there's still showers down here that might work. We've never used them. This space could be completely converted into something more practical. We have no desire to have showers down here or necessarily bathroom facilities. So that's a nice potential space. This is a little corner space, which must have been a laundry room back in the day. Largely unused today, as you can see. The basement's fairly dry. We have not seen evidence of flooding or anything like that. These buildings have extraordinary foundations on them. As we go through the central corridor, we're now underneath Corvidae Press and that little back studio space. You'll see the oil burner here on the left. We want to absolutely get rid of that and modernize the HVAC systems in the building. Space over here for water heater and various storage items. And then throughout the basement, there are little cubby holes. There's plaster and lath ceilings in this space, which are deteriorating and need to be changed out and upgraded. You can see the old pipes for plumbing and restrooms. And mostly this is just chopped up space that we use for storage. It's not in great condition. There are rodents in this space from time to time in the winter, which is fairly common at the buildings at Fort Worden. Nothing special down here, just old antiquated 1909 era construction. We would love to use this space more and have it finished in a way that makes it suitable for storage of important items and whatever practicalities could exist. We thank you for your interest in bidding on this project, and we look forward to hearing from you.